Hello, hello. Welcome on in. It's Monday night. I've been streaming every Monday night, every Friday night this month so far. I feel very accomplished that I've been committing because I don't always commit to exactly what I say I will do, but I'm excited to be here. Monday nights, I decided, are more of a pop cultural night, unless something big happens or there's a show finale that warrants a Friday stream. But yeah, I'm kind of liking the Monday night time. I feel like it's a nice way to make Monday something to look forward to. And Fridays are definitely a little busy. So moving forward, maybe Monday night will be more of a permanent-ish staple, unless, again, like TV schedule warrants a different day or something. But yeah, I mean, Friday nights, a lot of people are busy, a lot of y'all are busy, and I'm sometimes busy too. So yeah, I'm excited to be here. So today I am going to be building out a Letterboxd profile. I don't know when Letterboxd became huge. It's been around for a while, I feel like, but in recent years, I think it's become kind of more ubiquitous for people. I am not quite sure, but I kind of missed the boat on Letterboxd because I had started my YouTube channel in 2020, and that is my outlet for reviewing the movies I watch. However, I do watch a lot of other movies that don't fit in my channel's exact brand or aesthetic, and I feel like I have nowhere to talk about those things. And also, I kind of have the memory of a goldfish, and sometimes I just forget what movies I watched. So I was thinking it was time to make a Letterboxd, but I thought it'd be more fun on stream with other people and share it with y'all, and that way I can also give some reviews of random movies I've seen throughout the year. I wanted to focus on movies of 2023 mostly, maybe some older movies that I watched in 2023, but mostly movies from this year, since a lot of my streams this month have been kind of like year in review. We did last Monday Spotify Wrapped, which was kind of a music year in review. Today is movies, and then in a week, next Monday, it is pop culture year in review for 2023. So I think that'll be fun. And this Friday, I am playing this Nancy Drew mystery game. I played it last Friday. I'm playing it again this Friday. Hopefully I'll beat it. But then next Friday, I plan to stream House of Villains finale, right? Yeah, I think it's the finale of House of Villains. I'm not sure, but I will put the updated schedule on my community tab and on my Instagram. But House of Villains finale is coming up. Finally, I saw the news, and I want to do, it comes out Thursday nights, and I want to do a stream the Friday after the finale, and talk about House of Villains, the whole season, and just who the winner is and whatnot. But yeah, so today it is about Letterboxd. And thanks for being here. Had to roll the intro there. Welcome back to the Miscellaneous channel, where I do miscellaneous things. I'm Lenny. I typically cover TV, pop culture, internet trends, and other miscellaneous things on this channel, so subscribe if that's your vibe. I've been forgetting to do the intro in every live stream. I finally remembered. And today's kind of a throwback kind of stream and topic because I have done a few videos in the past, like testing out apps that are related to media somehow. Like I tested out a music, I don't even know what it was. It was called Anthems, and it was a music tracking app. And sometimes I just like to try new apps and new tech. There was one called Taste that was kind of like Letterboxd, but less robust, called Taste. I didn't end up using it much after that, though. I did get their emails for a while, and like they were kind of useful because they told me about new releases coming up. So this feels kind of on brand. So here we are. Oh, never mind. Let's not put my email there. I had the profile up, but I don't think there's much in the profile building. Posters. I can have a bio, but I'm just gonna put that I am on YouTube at Miscellaneous. That is my bio. Okay, I saved the profile, and now I'll go back to... So I did make a profile already, just like, you know, put in my email. Okay, now I got jump back. Oh, and if y'all want to add me on Letterboxd, please be my friends. Be my friend on Letterboxd. I am at just Zeleny, because it was available and I was excited. So, yeah, I don't know how to add people yet. Also, if you're in the chat and have a Letterboxd, put in your @ and I can try to figure out how to add people somewhere here. But yeah, so I made a profile, I put a picture, and I guess put a bio just now, and that's all I've done. I have not added in any movies, tracked anything, nothing. I wanted to start fresh, and I guess just learn it as I go. If y'all have tips for Letterboxd, please feel free to put them in the chat. But I'm just gonna have at it and try, like, the first movie I've seen that it pops up here. So I watched May, December. Let's see. Let me see what happens. I don't know any of the buttons and what they do. Maybe I should have done more research. But I didn't. So I'm just gonna be figuring out the buttons as I go. What does this mean? Okay, that means watched. And then watch list, I guess it means you want to watch it. And like, I don't know what like means yet. So let me not put like for stuff yet. But I can review it, rate it, and review, or type in a review. Oh, it's asking me if I watched it today. Oh my god, what is all this? I'm sorry. It says I watched it today, or I've watched this film before, but I can check both. But if I uncheck one, it goes, what is my diary? Okay, let me just say I did. I guess I'll review stuff really quick. I mean I won't be writing long paragraphs. I think this one I had put some thoughts. Okay. I watched May December last week, and it's been kind of buzzy on Twitter. It is kind of based on a true story, but not like officially. Like, I thought it was more of an like exact biopic of this case that's really dark. I don't really want to get into it. But it was like a case of like teacher student stuff, and minor groomer stuff. So anyway, Um, it's based on that story, but I thought it was going to be more explicitly based on that story, but it wasn't. It was like they changed the names, they changed maybe like the situations of like the crime committed and things like that. It's still kind of obvious, but and okay, so Julianne Moore plays the older woman. Natalie Portman plays like an actress. It's actually really meta. Um, Very meta movie. I'm gonna kind of stream of consciousness the reviews that I do and make them like really simple, like bare bones. What did I think? Because YouTube is where I ramble on and on. But Natalie Portman plays an actress that wants to play this lady in a movie. So the actress is going to act in a biopic of this lady. So she's following around the lady. But this is a movie and kind of a biopic. So Julianne Moore is playing the actual lady. But Julianne Moore didn't follow her around. So it's not like... It's kind of confusing. But anyway, Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore are the stars in it. They did great. I mean, it was like acting down. This whole movie was very like... I feel like a actor, theater person, like their dream because it had so many opportunities for like drama and strong emotions and these kinds of scenes. But the standout performance is a supporting role, which is Charles Melton, who plays the younger man that Julianne Moore's character's with. And it's a very nuanced character because he is kind of like a grown man, but kind of still stunted in maturity. So like he plays that super well. So he's definitely the standout and getting a lot of praise for it. And it's kind of funny because he was on Riverdale before. So a lot of people are saying like, you know, Riverdale discovered him and now he's like a critically acclaimed actor type. I mean, we don't know if he's acclaimed yet, but there's buzz, you know, right now. Just today, the Golden Globe Award nominations were announced, and I don't think he was there. But maybe he was. I don't care about the Golden Globes too much. I've heard they're kind of like... And I got the vibe from the Golden Globes because every time I watch them, there's so many, like, moments of the award show dedicated to, like, new trailers and promoting new big commercial movies. And I always felt like, this doesn't feel very... celebrating art of them. It feels very like celebrating commercialness, and I've heard that it's kind of like bought. I don't know. Anyway, so May December was good. It's not my type of movie. I'm not super into dramas. I said I'm not super into dramas, but the actors were acting really well. I really liked the story that the costumes and makeup were telling in this movie. They did a really cool job with that, and I definitely noticed it throughout. Basically, Natalie Portman's character starts out very like she has her own vibe and aesthetic, but through the movie she kind of like morphs into Julianne Moore's character a bit, and they really show that with the makeup and the hair and the costuming. So there's ASMR keyboard, sorry. It is what it is. Okay, so I added that. I really love the story and costumes that the makeup were telling. The music was throwing me off, to be honest. It was really like kind of like Law and Order vibes with the music to me, and I think it's maybe on purpose to show the heavy. I'm sure it's on purpose. It's, you know, an artsy fartsy movie, but like the music was like really this heavy piano, and there were times where it felt like the Law and Order, like, dun dun kind of thing. And I was just like, are we in a soap opera? So I wasn't into it. Maybe, I don't have like the refined palate to appreciate the choices. But this was basically my review. I really don't know how to rate it. I don't know how to rate movies that are not in my taste. Like, I don't like dramas, to be honest. I'll do like 3.5. Yeah. Should I tag it? I don't know. It's on Netflix if you're wondering. I don't know what the tagging function's for, and I'm not liking stuff yet. But that's probably the most recent movie I've seen. May, December. Feel free in the chat to talk about what movies you've watched. Okay, let me go to the homepage and see more things I have watched. I'm hoping it like fills in things. Okay, here's one I watched recently. Sorry, I'm on Adblock right now. So I watched the new Hunger Games movie. I actually watched it twice in theaters. I was really excited, but I didn't know what to expect. I liked it a lot. I think it's my favorite Hunger Games movie, hot take, that exists. I didn't like the adaptations, the original Hunger Games adaptations that much because I was a big fan of the books, and I read the books before any casting or the movies were a thing at all. So I had a different idea of Katniss, and also the Hunger Games is told in first person, and you get a lot of the inner dialogue of Katniss, and in the movie, it just translates as her being like a quiet, cold woman, and you just don't get to fall in love with the Katniss character as much. So I just didn't love the movies, and I didn't like how desaturated they were either, but I have a personal problem with saturation of movies, but this movie was pretty saturated, and I like that. Like, it had colors, which, that's half the battle with me. I'm gonna rate it 4 stars. And I won't be giving spoilers for any movies, so don't worry. I mean, maybe light, like, this is a thing in it, but not like spoilers. I do gotta say, though, I did not read this book, and it's a prequel about President Snow from the original movies, and I went with 2 friends that had read the book already, and I had them like tell me what the backstory is of the characters, like what's the setup, because these kinds of movies that have a lot of world building, for me, I get kind of overwhelmed when they're setting up characters and stuff, and they all have like weird ass names that all have the word anus in them for some reason, and I don't know, I was just worried that I was not going to be able to follow, and they gave me like a really nice setup for every character that was important, and that was helpful. So I don't know, I would recommend that, and if you haven't read the books, but it was really great. I love Rachel Zegler. I know she has kind of had like a time online of being kind of disliked, I think, but she loves Lady Gaga, and that caught my attention from the beginning, and so I appreciate her. But I think she did great. I was kind of caught off guard by her accent. She has a weird accent in it. But otherwise, this movie was really good. I loved seeing kind of like, because it takes place, how many years? Like 60 or so years before the Katniss movies, and you get to see the Hunger Games in a way more rudimentary form, and like, I loved seeing them start realizing that they need to produce the Hunger Games better and like produce the contestants. It's kind of the origin of that, and that was my favorite part. The movie's divided into like 3 parts, and part 1 was by far my favorite because it was about like basically how to be better producers of the Hunger Games, which is fucked up, but was really fascinating. So love that. Okay, so what else have I seen? Oh, did I even say I watched it? Yeah, I said I watched it because I think if I rate it, it automatically puts it as watched. I did like it, but I don't know. I'm scared to like stuff officially on here. So sorry. um, so I have not seen that many movies. No, I have seen movies this year. Is there like a movies of 2023 category? There must be. Lists. Let's look at the list. Movies to watch during breakfast. Love that. How do I get famous on here? I want to get famous and be iconic. Hi, I just got here. Did you just make an account? Yeah, I mean, I made the account, like, just signed up before the stream, but now I'm literally just reviewing and adding the movies I've seen in 2023 so far. At some point, I probably will make my, like, top of all time, like, top 5, top 4, whatever it is. But right now, I'm just putting what I watched this year. These lists are really specific. Chick flicks. Ooh. I need to make my own list. Oh, I'll add you. Okay. How do I add somebody? Start a new list. I need to make a list of, like, great bad movies. That's my goal at some point. But yeah, follow me. I'm @Zeleny. You can add me too. I haven't made any lists, but Matt likes to use Letterboxd a lot. Yeah, I wanted to track my stuff because I do have a Goodreads, and I'm like, if I'm tracking books, which I don't even like books that much, I could track movies. So I kind of was hoping for a list that's like 2023 movies. These are more like, I guess, the IndieWire's best films, but I don't think I'm watching best films. I'm watching kind of more random stuff. 2023 movies. Let's just pick the first thing. Sorry. Okay. I want to see, okay. This is a perfect opportunity. I want to see Anyone But You. So I will be watching, and I need to add to my watch list. You can track anything at this point. I use Backlog to track games. I feel like there's not a great TV tracking app. I think TV is hard to track. There's one I've used that's for TV and movies. It's called Real Good, but Real is like REEL. I had tried it for a while, but it was just kind of overwhelming because I watch so much TV, and it includes movies as well. What are these movies of 2023? I haven't heard of many of them. I've seen some things, though. See? May, December. I saw that. Okay, well, this is not... That was not fruitful. I'm just gonna look them up myself. So one movie I saw this year is Bottoms. And I'm gonna include streaming movies as well. Right now I'm just thinking theaters. Bottoms was pretty freaking good. I'm gonna have to give it a 4.5, maybe. Personally, I don't love the violence. Like the gore side of things. So I enjoyed Bottoms. It was like a teen movie, but it was kind of like, well, I did a stream about it, so go watch that stream if you're interested. But I liked it. I think it was campy, really like poking fun at the genre, but also like in a loving way. I just think there was quite a bit of like blood, like you can see her nose is broken. There's like fighting, there's some violence of that sort, and I'm not so into that, so I had to like look away at times. It's kind of gross. But I love the cast. The cast was amazing, and it was funny. It went there. It did a lot of unexpected things. That's true. Letterboxd has shows, but very sporadically. Like, they have Black Mirror episodes for some reason. That's random. I didn't know that. I mean, Black Mirror episodes are kind of like their own little movies, or like a TV movie or something. But okay, we got Bottoms in there. I have a live stream about it, so I don't need to talk about it as much. Another one I already have a video on, but I need to, of course, probably the star of 2023, Barbie. So Barbie, I thought a lot about this, and I'd give it a solid 4 out of 5. I might have even said that in the video, which is like an 80%. I just think I loved everything about like Barbie Land in the first half of the movie, but then the ending, the landing was not the smoothest for me. There were cool things in that third act, but I don't know. It felt a little bit like, what? And then I hated the Mattel stuff about it. That never landed for me as like, what was the point of the Mattel guys? Because in the ending, they didn't play like that big a part. But I love Barbie, obviously, the whole phenomenon. But you can check out my video on that one. I wanted to love Bottoms, but I just think it's pretty good. I kind of lost the thread on the plot. I think it was just so, like, out there as a plot that it was a lot of, like, suspending your disbelief, and that can be hard. I understand, I think, where you're coming from. Here's another movie I saw. Wait, what was it? Love is Blind. Why is Love is Blind coming up? I didn't search that. Did I search that? Is it here? Is the Love is Blind in the room with us? No. I don't know why that's there. I swear I didn't look up anything. It knows. Something else I saw in theaters. What else did I see in theaters? I thought I had more. This one I don't think I saw in theaters. Now I don't even remember. But I did watch the Mario movie. I think I saw it when it came on streaming. Honestly, I was living for the montages in this movie. Like, I would be happy to just watch this movie and not watch any of the plot in between. The montages were so, like, nostalgic and fun. Like, I didn't care about the plot. And the plot was like, what? Because they lived in, like, the real world, I guess? I don't really know. I didn't love it. I'll give it, like, a 2.5. Because I did love the montages, but, like, that's not the plot. That's not the that's not the movie. So sorry, shade at the Mario movie. But the montages were very nostalgic, and I appreciate that. Like, the Mario Kart montage was the best. Pretty visuals, I agree. Yeah, pretty visuals, exactly. Another one that was kind of along the lines of Bottoms, now that you're talking about Bottoms, Theater Camp. Theater Camp was really cute. So sorry for that pop-up. I was just going to keep going up. I really liked Theater Camp. It was kind of like lo-fi in many ways. Like, it looks really authentic because it's filmed very, like, handheld and, like, docu or mockumentary style. And it just kind of makes fun of the tropes within, like, a youth theater environment. So I think it was really fun. I think I'd give it a 4 stars. I'm trying to be, like, critical here, I guess. I don't know why, but I feel weird giving anything 5 stars. But it was very, very fun. Maybe not the most memorable, because right now I'm trying to think of, like, more specifics. I mean, I remember parts of it, and, like, the funny thing was, like, the character work of, like, archetypes of people that I found really funny. Like, they're making fun of like the obsessed, like overly artsy theater leaders and teachers, the like crypto bro, the older teachers, the teacher that doesn't like know or care about the job and is just kind of winging it, the costume guy. So, and that guy, I was glad to see him. Sorry, he's kind of small, but this guy was in the Zoe 102 movie, which I should log too, I guess. Zoe 102. Because that was a movie, even though it comes from a TV show. I'm inclined to give it a 3 stars. Like, I think it did the work, and I don't like Jamie Lynn, of course, and her acting is, just as good as it was when she was 12, and that is not good. But the movie itself had pretty decent writing. It had a pretty cliche plot of like a wedding rom-com type of thing where you have to bring a date and you're single and it's embarrassing, that kind of vibe. It was kind of well executed. I hate to give it to him, but aside from Jamie Lynn Spears' acting, it was well written and like it didn't look cheap, which is what I was fearing when first look photos came out. So I'm gonna give it a 3. Hate on me all you want. I have a video on that one too. I didn't realize how many videos I had of stuff. Let me see, what else did I watch this year? I have some notes somewhere. If y'all remember, let me know. So many TV. I mostly watch TV. Oh, here's one I didn't talk about because I was kind of taking a break when it came out. It's another streaming. But I'm glad I get to talk about it now. This was a great movie. I mean, it's based on a really popular book, and I want to live in the world that this movie takes place in. Can someone point me in that direction? Because it is dreaming big for like the liberal agenda, the gay agenda, and I love it. So I thought this was a really cute movie. I don't know, I didn't read the book, so I don't know how it compares and if it's book is better, movie's better, whatever. But I had a great time, and I was so shocked when like UT, the university I went to, became like an important plot point, and also Texas became really important in this movie. So I was like, okay, this feels personal, and I loved that. So I'll give it a 4, to be honest. A really fun time. I mean, it's not trying to be a, Oscar-nominated film. It's definitely meant to be fun and entertaining and cute, and it's a romance. So I just think for what it's trying to do, it delivered it really well and really fun, and the actress, I think, had good chemistry. It's the same guy from Bottoms. So that was just a really fun movie. And that was a Prime movie. Yeah, that was a Prime movie. Like Amazon Prime. Do documentaries count on this thing? Let's see, genre. So sorry. Genre documentary. Because I've seen quite a few, and I feel like that'll be interesting. Oh, up here I can put the year. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. It was right there the whole time. Okay. Oh, okay. Here's one to put on the watch list. For sure. Oh, I watched the Bama Rush doc. Yeah, they count. It looks like I'm glad I found the way to filter by year. Update. That's great. So Bama Rush, man, this was an interesting documentary. I mean, the Bama Rush phenomenon on TikTok is really interesting. If you've never heard of it, it's like, it says right here, the viral backdrop of hashtag Bama Rush on TikTok, long held tradition of sorority recruitment at University of Alabama. So it's basically the Harvard of sorority Greek life is University of Alabama. You know what I mean? Like it's like the top tier of Greek life, and it when people rush to get into the sorority, it's such a big deal that it's gone viral on TikTok the past few years, and it's really interesting because it's super competitive. All these women are like just obsessed with getting into like a good sorority. And so this documentary, I was very excited about it. I was a tad disappointed by it. I still enjoyed it, and it still had a lot of the juicy stuff I was looking for. Oh my god, their rating is 1.8. Okay. Damn. Okay, this Aaron person really summed up the my issue. um my issue with the movie. There it is. I was gonna give it like I was gonna give it a 3. I was trying to be nice, but I'll go with 2.5. Oh no, I don't know because it had good stuff. It had what I loved seeing. Okay, so these women hire like rush coaches or like sorority coaches before they rush to like prepare them to get into a good sorority. It's kind of like getting a tutor for your grades. I don't know, but just for rushing at a sorority. And these coaches are expensive to hire. It's just wild, like the lengths they go to. But anyway, that was my favorite part. There was one part where one coach was telling the girl like, "Oh, never talk about the 4 B's or the 3 B's or something." And it's like boys, booze, there was something they made it to be politics, but I forgot what what it was. Um, boys, booze, and it was like 2 other B things that were just kind of a stretch. One was, oh, Biden. They made Biden be the politics, and I think there was another B. Oh, it's something that it's like finance. It's like money, but bucks. I think maybe something like that. It was just funny, like the little ways these coaches were trying to like train these girls, and it was just like goofy politics. Literally, it was like shit like that. It was so dumb. So anyway, what my problem with the movie was not. I liked that part. I thought it was funny. The coaching, or just wild, and then the filmmaker decided to like inject her story into it and started doing these like talking head interviews of herself and how she was just comparing her journey with her alopecia illness and comparing that journey to the girl's journey. And it was kind of a stretch, and it's like it's fine and dandy as a filmmaker to like relate to your story that you're telling and have like this deep connection and like draw parallels and whatever, but to me it was bizarre to like inject it so much into the movie. It was pretty much past like the halfway point. It became about the filmmaker and her alopecia, and I was just like, what does this have to do with the subject matter? And for documentaries, it's kind of a golden rule to like not show like a bias as a filmmaker. Of course, every documentary still does, but like it's supposed to be kind of like the the ethics of documentary filmmaking is to like remove yourself from the subject, and I think this broke kind of that golden rule. And I mean, her journey was interesting and everything, but it felt like it fit in a documentary about alopecia or something rather than this, where I just wanted to hear about like the shady practices of the sororities, and it goes some into that, but like I don't know, it just felt odd and strange. And I mean, that's literally what this review says. Using Alabama sorority rush as a Trojan horse to talk about your battle with alopecia is easily one of the most bizarre directorial choices in the history of film. That's a little extreme, but you know, I thought it was strange as well. So I watched that. I did watch the Pamela documentary. I think it was good. I don't remember, to be honest. So I'll keep it at that. But I learned her story. I think it was something that's I've had it with docu-series instead of documentaries these days. Like, please just just make it 1-2 hour movie. Like, it's fine. I don't like the splitting it into parts. And you know, I've accepted it at this point because every documentary does it, but I draw the line at 3 episodes. If your documentary goes past 3 episodes, I'm out. Oh my god, I watched the Pretty Baby documentary. This was pretty good. I'll give it a 4. It was a story about Brooke Shields, and it was pretty interesting. This was another one that was like a docuseries, and I was mad about it. But it was really interesting. I didn't know that much about her career, and it's about how she was sexualized at such a young age. It was pretty sad. Anyway, okay, so, but I recommend it. I recommend it. It's important to be aware of. This is another one I watched just recently called David Holmes, The Boy Who Lived. So this documentary was created, like, Daniel Radcliffe helped produce it, but it's a story about Daniel Radcliffe's stunt double who got paralyzed basically from the neck down while working on the Harry Potter movies. It was actually the last, maybe Deathly Hallows Part 1 or Part 2, I don't remember. The very last film, or one of the last films. And this was a really impactful documentary. Of course, it's like a tragic story. A lot of people that have grown up with Harry Potter have heard of this. But it was interesting to finally like put a story and face to that tragic incident. And although it's like really sad in many ways, it's very fascinating just how they have navigated this injury and how David Holmes navigates his life, how it all happened, his backstory of like how he became a stuntman, and growing up he always wanted to be a stuntman. And honestly, another great thing about this movie is that it taught me about the art of stunts and stunt people, and it's quite an interesting job and art form, and the movie also has a lot of really sweet behind the scenes footage of the Harry Potter movies, the kids on all of them, and the stunt people, because the sad thing too is that, like, you know, everyone on the Harry Potter, most of the characters are young, like children, so the stunt people are children too, so they grow up together. They might be like a little older than some of the kids, but they're still really young, and that's part of the tragedy of the accident, that he was so young too. But a very interesting movie, very inspiring in ways, like just very fascinating, and I'll give it a 5, honestly. That was a really touching movie, and I still think about it. And it taught me a lot about behind the scenes stuff, which I liked that a lot too. So I recommend that one. I've watched more documentaries than I realized. I just watched this one. Girl, girl, girl. The Love Has Won, Cult of Mother God. It's been kind of buzzy on Twitter, so some people might have seen it, but my God, this one was wild. How do I rate this movie where like you know what? I can never give 5 stars to a movie or a docu-series that does more than one episode. The David Holmes one was one, wait, was it? Shit. I think it was. It was one piece, one movie. I believe, yeah. So I would never give 5 stars to a documentary that did multiple episodes. I'll give this a 3.5. It's a wild story. I think I'm gonna make a video on it, so I won't talk about it too much yet. But it's like a cult. It's of the cult variety. I wonder if the other cult one. So I think I want to make a video, maybe my next video that I record, but about these internet cult documentaries. That one, and there's a Twin Flames one that is just wild. It's kind of like post-COVID cults that are held, or that are, I don't know, I feel like the pandemic helped these cult leaders take advantage of people and stuff. Oh, I actually watched this one too. This was interesting. It's about that guy who was like a preacher man, or like one of those mega churches that have like the insane concerts and pyrotechnics and that kind of shit, like and is like the church of celebrities. So he was kind of close with Justin Bieber, and that was kind of a famous partnership when he got super religious. I think he still is, but it's that mega church, like, cool guy, and he did a lot of shady stuff behind the scenes. So the documentary exposes all that. To be honest, I didn't even finish this one because it had so many episodes, I think. Cameron says it had 3 episodes, which is my limit, but I fell off of it, so. It was still interesting, though, to see, like, that's another kind of cult, honestly. Is it Twin Flame? I haven't seen the Twin Flames one, but I'm not looking that closely. Y'all had documentary suggestions? I'm all ears. So sorry. Okay, I think that's enough for documentaries, but now I know how to sort. Let's do any genre, but 2023. Okay, finally, this is what I was looking for. I haven't seen No Hard Feelings. Saw I Got Some Noms today. I know the premise sounds goofy or like bad, but I've heard, and I could tell from the trailer, it kind of has like twists to it. I did watch Cross the Spider-Verse. It wasn't great. I would, but to be fair, I would rate the original like 5 stars for sure. Actually, I'll do that. But the animation's so good, but I kind of lost the plot on the Cross the Spider-Verse. And they did the ultimate worst thing, which is they left on a cliffhanger. It's like part 1 of 2, and it's like, bitch, how dare you? So I'll give it 3.5 just for the. It did create the canon event thing. Like, canon event became like a colloquial term people use, so that's good. No, I guess I'll do 4. I just got a little lost in all the superhero stuff, but superhero movies aren't really my thing. So we did Super Mario movie. I want to watch Past Lives, but everyone says it's sad. I don't want to see sad. I don't like sad movies that much. I'd like to see Priscilla. Oh my god, I saw Beef. That wasn't a movie. I just put I watched it. Beef was so good. I know it was kind of afterwards, but um, you didn't like Across the I think it was good. I mean, I gave it 4 stars in the end, but um, I just it was long and I don't know. I just got a little lost. I get lost with action though. Action is not really my thing. Okay, here's one. Let's get critical. Let's get actually critical. My lowest rated so far, the Tetris movie. So I had high expectations for the Tetris movie because I'm kind of a Tetris master. Not really, but I love the game Tetris. I play it all the time. I kind of want to play it on stream, but I don't think my bitrate can handle it, to be honest, because it moves really fast. Anyway, I love Tetris, and this was like a biopic of like the guy that brought it to America and a little bit about the guy who invented it in Russia. And I was excited for it, but it ended up being so cheesy. And this happens with a lot of biopics. And honestly, I think Oppenheimer's in this boat, even though I didn't watch it. I've seen clips where it's like, in real life, you know, this story was so boring. Like, the whole thing about this movie is they're trying to get, like, rights to the game of Tetris to license it in America, basically. And that's, like, really boring because that's just a lot of paperwork, you know? And I just, these movies, like, make it dramatize the mundane ass things they were doing, and they like added a car chase to the Tetris, and I'm just like, there was no car chase for all these like boring ass businessmen, you know, trying to do paperwork. Like, the whole thing is about just doing paperwork, but they make it like exciting with car chases and like entering Russia and all this shit. And it's like, I get it, you gotta make it exciting. So I don't necessarily want a movie about paperwork, but it also just felt so cheesified that I was like, I don't believe anything that's happening. I did like a song that came out of it, Hold On Tight. That's like a pop song using like the Tetris melody. That was a sleigh, but granted, man, it's price. Yeah, it chose the man who locked down the rights to sell Tetris as a primary subject rather than the actual creator. I don't know. It was an Apple TV original, and I just thought it was so cheesified. And honestly, from what I've seen of Oppenheimer, that one seems like another one that's like a bunch of boring stuff that happened, and they're trying to make it interesting. So sorry to Christopher Nolan, but I just don't like these biopic things of like boring stuff, where they make it like, oh my god, so cool. It's like, make it boring if it's boring. I don't know. That's not that popular of an opinion. I just won't watch them, which is what I do. This movie was really cute. Switching gears. I really loved it. It was the debut of Adam Sandler's daughters. Daughters. Yeah, both of them. 2 of them. I don't know how many he has. And this was kind of like it felt very much like a Jewish Never Have I Ever vibe to me. And Never Have I Ever is one of my favorite Netflix shows, teen shows. It had similar vibes. The protagonist was similarly like flawed and just coming of age and, you know, making bad decisions, but really charming at the same time. And it's very much like a tween movie. It's not even teen. It's like tween. It's like she's a bat mitzvah age. But it was super adorable, super funny. Adam Sandler's in it, but he plays more of a backseat role this time, and it was cute to see him kind of pass the torch. He plays like a lovable dad in it. I really liked it. I'll give it a 4.5, honestly. I need to rewatch it because I had a really fun time watching it. I was thinking I was going to cover it and make a video, but I didn't end up doing it because people don't really like my movie reviews, or people don't watch them a lot. Let's do this one, which is early from this year. I can't believe this was this year. I was looking at my list and I was like, what? This was this year? I hated this movie. Or no, I made a video on it. I'll give it like a 1.5. It's just super like made by AI vibes. Like no real substance to it. It was fine to watch. I think I watched it a couple times because I covered it. They're complaining that they play The Sweet Escape for 2003 when it's a 2006 song. That's a good point. What else did I watch? I love just all of them laid out right here. I need to put more stuff on my watch list for sure. Oh my, Ghosted. That was that one movie that was like they photoshopped them in or something. I don't know. Okay. Haven't seen that. Magic Mike's. Oh my god, I actually watched this the other day. It's a Netflix movie. The stuff I watch is so embarrassing. I'm gonna look at the end of all the things I put, and it's gonna be embarrassing. But okay, so Family Switch is kind of like Freaky Friday, but with the whole family. So it's like the mother-daughter thing, but then also dad and son thing, and the baby and the dog switch bodies. It was cute, but I don't know. It was another one that felt... This is my issue with Netflix. I feel like it felt too, like, polished or, like... There's, like, this thing with movies and on Netflix. It's kind of like Your Place or Mine and this one. Also, they made this one, like, a holiday movie, and it felt like an afterthought. Like, they added... like, they filmed the movie, they finished it, and then we're like, shit, we're releasing around the holidays. I guess let's add a Christmas tree scene. So the Christmas angle, holiday angle seems really weird. See, like in these promotions, it doesn't look like it's part of it, but on Netflix, if you click on it, it has like holiday stuff. I don't know. It was just weird that they try to force it into a holiday because the concept doesn't really vibe with the holidays. And it just has this level of polish where, like, there's no... It's just really bland. How do I explain it? It's like trying to make it so generic so that anybody could watch it to the point where it's, like, too generic. And it just feels, like, soulless and polished. It was a cute time to... Like, it was cute to watch, but, like... I wouldn't really recommend it. It's like, go out of your way to watch it. And it really just made me want to watch Freaky Friday again because I love Freaky Friday, the Lindsay Lohan one. And I was seeing, like, the same kinds of scenes pop up. And I was reciting, like, the lines from Freaky Friday in place of, like, whatever they put. They had some funny jokes here and there, but, like, Freaky Fridays just has, like, that Jamie Lee Curtis performance is so good. Like I'm like the crypt keeper. I was thinking of that when they were like finding out they switched bodies. I feel like no one would be able to tell if the dog and baby switched. Yeah, that's kind of the point. It's super weird. I mean, it was kind of an interesting point, and it was funny that like it kind of made sense, but there was a lot of really creepy dog baby CGI throughout the movie. I'm just remembering now that you're saying that. Like, it was disturbing how the CGI, like, they would make the dog, like, move like a baby and, like, the baby move like a dog, but bad CGI. It was gross. Okay, so we got Choose Love, which we watched together. Not y'all, the stream, but me, my friends. And this was like an interactive rom-com, which, okay, is a concept, sure. But like, oh my God, it was so like focused on making all the options that the story itself and the movie itself wasn't like great quality. Also, the movie kept trying to like force us to pick the stable lawyer with the boring job and shit, and we were like, no, choose chaos. And we were trying to chase the rock star, but then the movie would end and we'd be like, fuck. So it was just kind of underdeveloped, as you would expect, like a movie with a bunch of different potential storylines. It's like, you can't really make a great movie when you have to have all these branching paths and shit. Like, I don't know. It was goofy. Lots of Netflix representation. Oh my God, Prom Pact was this year. That's crazy. I watched this one. I have a video on it. I'll give it 3 stars. I don't know. You can watch the video on my thoughts. I thought it was cute. It had its cute moments. Thanks for all the hearts. I see your hearts. Prom Pact, it was a cute Disney Channel original movie. I did think it was gross. They censored the Disney Channel version because they actually took some risks with the streaming one. But then they cut all those things out. And I later found out. It's a pinned comment under. Oh my God, somebody used to know. Was that this year? What? This is a great movie. I don't know. Rude. Rude. This is rude. I don't like this. Austin and Ally remake. Yeah, Choose Love had Austin and Ally, basically. I liked this movie. I thought it was a solid 4. This is kind of a rom-com and kind of like a cliche trope. It's kind of the like coming back to your hometown when you're at rock bottom and facing like an old flame, and like his wedding weekend and that kind of cliche storyline. But they really took some risks with the later part of the movie, the later third of the movie, where it wasn't predictable the way that cliche is. So they did a cliche right in that it's a setup we're familiar with, but like they changed it up for the ending in really refreshing ways. So I loved that, and this was kind of a big passion project for Dave Franco and Alison Brie, who are married. So Dave Franco directed it and she stars in it. And I love Alison Brie, and also Danny Pudi is in it from Community, so it's like an Annie Abed reunion, so it's really cute. I don't know why it's so poorly rated. So rude. I can't believe that was this year. I thought it was a holiday movie, but I guess it wasn't. It's just kind of a winter movie. Winter, like forest vibes for that. Yeah, the stuff from early this year feels like so long ago, I swear. They were like from before I was even monetized. Okay, we got Bama Rush. What are these movies? Oh my God, I saw Xmas. Okay, I watched Xmas the other day. It kind of felt like a fever dream. If you watch it under the influence, I guess I recommend it that way because it's kind of wild. They shoved a lot into this movie. It has kind of all the Christmas movie cliches. And it has Leighton Meester. Love her. And it has this guy who the other day I was watching Picture This with Ashley Tisdale, which is a movie no one's heard of, but is old, from the 2000s, about the dangers of video phones and FaceTime, before FaceTime was a thing. But anyway, he was in there, and me and Cameron were like, he looks familiar. And then I was like, he's in Picture This. And he's in other stuff too, but it was just funny that he's in that. He's in like obscure movies. So this is another, oh, it's on Freevee, so free. I think 2.5. I think it was a little bit like too packed with things. But as far as like a Christmas movie goes, it was entertaining. I will give it that. There was just a lot of different scenes. There was, like, the first half felt really normal, and then it just, like, shit kept happening. But, like, just shit kept happening. Stuff I didn't expect. Like, well, no spoilers, but just crazy shit. We'll be watching Anyone But You. Maybe I'll make a video on it, depending on how inspired it makes me. There's a Kelsey documentary or show or something. Silly. Silly. This is great, just showing every movie. I think I covered most of these. I need to do my I'll do my top 5 next of all time, because I've been thinking about it lately, and I like that that's a thing on Letterboxd, I think. Your top ones of all time or whatever. Oh, there's one that hasn't shown up here that I was gonna start the stream with, that I just saw in theaters. Can't believe I almost forgot. But I'm waiting for it to maybe pop up, because it just came out recently. It's a Nicolas Cage movie, believe it or not. But I remember now. I will log it. So sorry. I tried doing I did try disabling the ad block, but then it was like ads upon ads, and I was like, and there were pop-ups too. I don't know. I'll try it again at some point. Okay, there's, how many pages are there? I think I got the big ones, and except for this other one I'm looking for that hasn't popped up. But I'm gonna look for it on my own. Dream scenario. Oh, it was probably there. I just don't recognize this poster. Let's see. We watched The Boy and the Heron, not my favorite Ghibli movie or anything, but damn, the animation was on another level, even from Miyazaki. That's Sophie in the chat. Wow. I need to watch it. I don't know. After that Plane movie, I'm kind of like scared to see Miyazaki movies in theaters, because that one was depressing and like long and about war, and I was just like, I know a lot of his stuff is about war, but I like the more magical ones, or more like cutesy, for lack of a better word, Miyazaki movies. And sometimes when it's a male protagonist, I'm already like, is this about war? Is it gonna be depressing? So I'm not sure about The Boy and the Heron. Let me know if it matches any of that, or if it's like cute. I might wait till it's on streaming or something, but that's a cool one. Yeah, and it's been breaking a lot of records, which is awesome. So this is the last movie I saw in theaters, like last week or whatever. Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage and Michael Cera. It's really interesting. It has gotten like literally zero marketing at all. But it was really, really good. It's kind of meta. I don't know. It was described to me as meta, but I don't think it was necessarily meta. It was just like satire of being famous and viral and kind of being a meme. So it explores themes around becoming a viral meme through like a science fiction premise, because it's not exactly literal that he becomes a meme. So it's about a guy who, like a random guy, who starts appearing in people's dreams, like all over the world, all of a sudden. And he starts getting famous because he gets recognized, and then everyone's like, oh my god, this guy's in all our dreams. What does it mean? And he just kind of becomes famous the way like maybe someone that did a meme became famous, or like viral. And it's just so funny because they make fun of, like, I love anything, y'all know, I love anything with like a PR character, like a PR agent, publicist character, because it's just so funny. And so he has some encounters with like PR publicist people that are trying to like capitalize on opportunities for him and stuff. And what ends up happening, he kind of gets canceled. So it's kind of like this movie that's very much a metaphor for cancel culture, virality, internet fame, that kind of vibe. And it has a little bit of that science fiction with like dream science becoming a thing. And there's a part where they like parody influencers that's so funny, and I just about died with that of laughter. And Michael Cera plays a slightly different character than he has in past things, and I was very proud of him for that. He did great. So I loved that one. Let me see how my films are going here. That's not my films. There's my films. Okay, look at that. It's not that many. It feels like not that many. Let me find the Twin Flames one just to add it, because I just watched this documentary. This is it. This was kind of interesting. I mean, again, docu-series. I don't love it, but this was really interesting. Another internet cult vibe documentary. Okay, let's go back. Cool. Diary? What is that? Okay, so my diary is just like that. It's like about when I watched it, I guess. That's weird. I don't get it. I don't get the diary function officially. I had put only one review. I'll put more reviews. Follow me. Let me see. Network. That's probably where I can follow. How do I follow? Huh. I assume network. Oh, maybe I just need to, like... Is this you? I think it is. Okay, that's you. Oh my god, Mamma Mia. That's your recent like. Yeah, this looks like you. Nice. Dang, you actually review stuff? That's cool. Let me follow you. Cool, following you now. Anyone else? Anyone else? Let me know. And you said, and Sophie did update that The Boy and the Heron is more magical. No, more action than magical. More action and more magical than The Wind Rises, which was the war movie. It's a little depressing, but mostly hopeful and magical. That's more the Miyazaki. All Miyazaki movies are kind of depressing a little bit, because he, you know, feels things. Okay, how do I do like my top movies ever? Or whatever. That's a thing, right? I don't know why Mamma Mia is recent. Maybe profile? Don't forget to select, yeah, I want to do my favorite film. Wind Rises too slow for me too. Nothing is as depressing as Grave of Fireflies. That's true, I've heard that. This. I guess, do I just start a list? I thought it was a thing to have your, like, top whatever. I guess not. Or I can't find it. Here, let me see what the showing. Where are the favorite lists? Favorite top 5. Favorite films. Oh, I see it. Why is it in that place? Okay, favorite movies of all time. I'm adding them in. They're just in that. Okay. I need to work backwards here. I'm gonna use my Nancy Drew notepad. Okay, I have my top. I have my top 3. Oh my god, I'm gonna catch hate. This list is not finite. Let me just say that. Is it just top 4? Because if it's just top 4, I don't have to do something controversial. Okay, number 4. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's gone down a few spaces for me. Oh my god, go over here. It has. Next. So that's number 4. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Number 3. It just has to be Mean Girls. Another 2004 movie. There's something. Mean Girls is just a movie I can recite from memory, and I just need to stop avoiding it as, like, one of my favorites. And then number 2, I'm gonna have to say, is School of Rock. Here, actually, I figured out how y'all can see the screen. Let me see. There. See, I'm putting them on the side. Eternal Sunshine, number 4. Mean Girls. I don't know if this is by order, but I can, like, do that. The School of Rock. I think School of Rock is really great. Yes, it's like a family movie, but, like, it has aged so well. And I love that it just, like, is so timeless. And also I have kind of, like, now that this year I've really gotten into, like, learning about screenplay writing and stuff, and I've realized I think Mike White is really high on my list of favorite writers and style of writing, because he's very, like, grounded in realism but funny, and I just really love that. So Mike White wrote School of Rock, and I think it's just a timeless piece. And now for my top favorite film that I have given a lot of thought and is officially now, and that is Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion. This one did not age as well as School of Rock, but it just, like, kind of has everything I would want in a movie. It has, like, an all-star cast, and, like, I just wish movies were like this. Like, it's campy, but, like, to the extreme, like, of femininity. And it's a movie I discovered later in life. It's something that, like, this year as well I've been, like, realizing, because I grew up, you know, a Mexican American, in a really Mexican household, and my mom liked, like, you know, Adam Sandler movies and Will Ferrell movies and, like, the occasional rom-com, but, like, the bad one, like, even the bad ones, some, like, the good ones, but also the bad ones. And I just didn't get, like, this film movie education that other people I run into in, like, circles where we discuss movies and stuff. I just feel like I am playing catch up all the time with the movies that I never watched growing up. So Romeo and Michelle was definitely one of those, especially movies that didn't make it overseas to, like, the Mexican market. I really missed the boat on those that were before, like, mid 2000s basically, or early 2000s. That's why School of Rock and Mean Girls, you know, I saw in theaters as a kid, but anything before that, it's like I probably didn't see. So Romeo and Michelle is from 1997, and I had never seen it before until a couple of years ago, and I was obsessed. I didn't know movies like that existed. And it's just so funny. It's so funny. Like, just anything, what's her name? Mia Sorvino says is hilarious, because she has this weird-ass accent, and Lisa Kudrow is playing, like, this dumb blonde character, and it's hilarious. And the structure of the movie is so weird, because it's, like, most of Act 2 is, like, a dream sequence, and it's like, what? So it's just super, like, alternative while also being super feminine, and it really won me over as, like, this is the movie I want to represent me and my taste, and I want more movies like it. So it's in my number one spot right now of favorite movies of all time. So nothing recent, I see. Interesting. Okay, I'll be right back with the screen. Let me just save the changes. Oh. Hold on, I need to save these changes and whatever. But yeah, those are my top 4. I don't know why it's, like, in this part of the thing, because I haven't even put that I watched these movies, technically. I probably should. Let me go put 5 stars on all these movies. Is this not one of my lists? Like, let me see. List. I guess that doesn't count as a list, but that's my top 4 movies of all time. Yeah, we're back. Let me go. There is, I mean, a lot of 90s, like, things that don't age well about Romeo and Michelle, because it's the 90s, and it's, like, a lot about weight and stuff, so it has its flaws for sure. I just am so blown away by, like, the style of it. And I feel like movies like that just don't really get made. I could argue, like, Bottoms was this kind of movie where, like, it just took it to the extreme. It's not trying to be realistic. But it was violent and gory, and that's not my favorite thing. Instead of, like, cute and feminine. Mean Girls is another one that's like, maybe it didn't age the best in some ways, but it's still a classic and still super iconic. I wonder if it's on here yet to put on my watch list. I want to put the Mean Girls musical. Yeah. Watch list. I want to see it. I know, it is going to be what it is, but I'm excited for it. And then Eternal Sunshine. It's just a classic. Honestly, it has a lot of funny stuff to it. And a lot of really sad stuff to it. And it's just, like, brilliantly put together. I mean, Eternal Sunshine doesn't need any justification or introduction. It's my most film bro-y selection here. I think that's everything. That's my 2020. Oh, I feel so like, did I even watch anything? This is all I watched in 2023. Not so bad. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple others, but those are the main ones. I want to make a list of, like, the movies I rewatch all the time that Cameron hates me for. So, I don't think this is a catchy name for anyone, but Oh, I can import? Jesus. Oh, IMDb. These are... I mean, Cameron's a champ and has watched, like, all of these, but definitely 10 Things. Definitely She's the Man. These are gonna be all teen movies, I feel like. Definitely Mean Girls. We already know. Lizzie McGuire movie. Of course. Bring It On. These are all movies I probably watch once a year. Just watched that the other day. Which one? What else is on this list? Okay, this one I just watched yesterday. It's a deep cut, not very good, but oh, it's so good. Same time. Sleepover. That's a tween movie, so it's like extra. I maintain 2004 is like my favorite year in movies. Cameron thinks I'm crazy for that, but I love it. Okay, what else is on this list? Oh, Princess Diaries. Duh. Nope. Princess Diaries 2. I like it. 2. Royal Engagement. Miss Congeniality. Oh, Miss Congeniality 2. Armed and Fabulous. 2. Legally Blonde. Definitely not Legally Blonde 2. I'm sorry. Red, White, and Blonde. Freaky Friday. I had just had one in my head. Oh, 13 Going on 30. On 30. These are like not rom-coms, but like girly movies. Just watched Bring It On Series 2, minus the second, of course, no one cares about that one. Which one's that one? Was the tagline? Bring It On, Cheers, Smackdown. I don't know which one that is. They all have like really funny names. What else is on my always rewatching list? I should ask Cameron. He hates me for this. Parent Trap. That's a cute one. Anything Lindsay Lohan. Confessions. Oh, Confessions. Shopaholic, maybe. It's not quite good enough to make it. I watch it sometimes, but not. Bring It On Again. That's so funny. Are there any other Hilary Duff movies? I don't watch The Perfect Man that much, or Raise Your Voice. Oh my god, not Raise Your Voice. Okay, I have one that, but it'll ruin the vibe. I don't want to put that one yet. Fine, I'll put it. This is a movie that I just forced, like, my friends to watch. A couple friends. I stand by. This is a bad movie, but like a really great bad movie. I want to go rate it. How do I go rate it? I guess I can't do that yet. It's called Nerve, and it's from 2016. And speaking of 2010s, Easy A is definitely on this list. I love Nerve is I can't believe Nerve is the most recent on here. Is there anything from like this decade on here? I mean, probably not. Nerve is a is a movie I wouldn't think of rewatching. It was stressful. Oh yeah, I made Sophie watch it too. I mean, I didn't make her. She actually took my suggestion on her own accord, but I know she watched it. Nerve is basically like a Black Mirror episode, but a little bit more teeny bopper. Let me go to Nerve. Let's save my list. I'll add to it more later if I think of more. I love this movie. It is bad, but to point unpopular opinion here. But it is, I think it's a really good script. Like, you can really learn pacing with it. Like, all the key moments happen, and the stakes are really high in this movie. It's a little bit life or death, and I kind of described it. Granted, I was trying to pitch it really hard to my friends, but it kind of has a little bit of Hunger Games vibes, but for like the age of social media and modern day. I don't know. It's a stretch. I don't mean like good like the Hunger Games or like interesting dystopian world or anything, but I just think it's like kind of the showmance of it, if you've seen it, that reminds me a little bit of like the showman's going on in the Hunger Games. And it was co-directed by Neve from Catfish's brother. And I also think this movie really gets online humor and culture while making it like camp and simplified for the audience. Because in a movie, you can only go so deep, you know? But I think they get it. They get the feel of online, and the end credits are really cute too. They have like all these references to old internet stuff. It's really cool. So that's my nerve pitch, you know. I pitch it to everybody. But it doesn't fit the vibe of all those movies I listed that are more like feel-good girly movies. But I rewatch it all the time, I gotta say. I think that's all on my list. I need to add more. Please follow me on Letterboxd. I am at just Zeleny, right there. And yeah, you can follow me. I will be adding more movies. I want to track, I guess, every movie I've ever seen. How do y'all do that? Did y'all just open a Letterboxd and then start logging movies since you opened it? Or did you go back and, like, put in a bunch of other stuff? Or is it just, like, when you rewatch something or when it comes across, you're like, oh, let me add it? Because that's the overwhelming part of starting these tracking things. It's like, do I have to put every movie I've ever seen? I mean, of course I don't have to, but I want to because I want it to be accurate. But it's kind of not feasible. Luckily, the last couple years, I really haven't seen many movies because of COVID, so I mean, I guess the streaming movies, I forget they count. You can go into most common movies or go by years. Yeah, that's true. Let's go popular of all time. I feel like I'm not going to know any of them because I'm so lost. Okay, I've seen Knives Out. I liked it. I've seen Get Out. Can I, like, quick rate these? Oh, yeah, I can. Okay, Get Out. Get Out's probably 5 stars. It, like, defined the genre. Or, like, rebranded the genre. Knives Out, I'll go to 4. I mean, it's good, but it doesn't have much rewatch factor, maybe? Because you already know what happened. I did rewatch it this year, and it was fun. La La Land. Okay, I'm about to get heat for this, but I hate La La Land a lot. I know. And it's not because it's a musical. I like musicals. Oh my god, Sophie, you try to add everything. That's wild. But that's cool. I do want to add everything. But this is a good way. Like, oh my god, Truman Show. One of the best movies. One of my favorite. Lady Bird. Love it. 4.5. I'm just kind of going. Let's just go. Oh, Everything Everywhere. Of course. Was that this year? Tell me that wasn't. No, okay. It wasn't. It wasn't this year. Oh, okay, Into the Spider-Verse. See, this one is 5 stars for me. I followed the plot and everything. Grand Budapest Hotel. 3 stars. I don't know. I'm just there for the production design. Not so much. Oh my god, The Menu. Was that this year? No. I keep thinking everything's this year. The Menu. 3.5. Sorry. It was just a little. I didn't like the ending. Suspense ones always have, like, difficult endings because, like, how do you make it satisfying? Gone Girl, I'll give it 5 stars. That was, like, a gag. La La Land is no good. You're right? I'm shocked. I thought you were going to come after me because you love musicals. Glass Onion. I think it was alright. Again, no rewatch factor with these guys. Social Network. Oh my god, a throwback. Oh, here, let me go to my favorite. Well, I'll wait. I'm gonna be reviewing movies all night. I could be here all night, I swear. Forrest Gump, I don't even like it. I can't. How do I rate these movies that are like classics everyone loves, but I'm not that into? Spirit Away, classic. Give it that. Black Swan, I actually watched this year for the first time. Sorry. Love Ryan Gosling, but he can't sing. Oh my god. Slander at Ken. Social Network. It was kind of fierce back in the day. 3.5. The concept was way more interesting than the story ended up being, in my opinion. Like, the concept was so interesting, and then the movie was just like, oh. So, it was kind of disappointing, sorry. What else have I seen? Oh, The Matrix. I guess a 4. It's a classic, and I love the concept, but again, the endings with these movies. Ratatouille, 5 stars. Don't Look Up. It's a 3 for me. Coco. Pretty good. I mean, if Ratatouille is a 5, Coco's also a 5, I think. Perks of Being a Wallflower. Tumblr is gonna be mad at me. 2.5 for me. I'm so sorry. I get it if it's nostalgic for you, though. I don't judge. Titanic. Oh my god. I love Titanic. Up. Not my favorite. 2.5. Oh, so sorry. He did better in Barbie, I guess. Yeah, Ken. Anyway, I could be here all night. I'll stop. But... Oh, Soul. I'm glad it's here. I was gonna go look for this. Soul is my favorite Pixar movie. I've declared it a few times, but I will reiterate. Absolutely my favorite. I think because the themes of it are a lot more adult. That's also why I like Monsters, Inc. a lot, because it's kind of about a corporation and that stuff. So I really like Monsters, Inc. It was my previous favorite Pixar movie. But Soul, like that is for adults. That's not for children, really. I mean, it is, like, a child can watch it, but, like, it might not resonate as much. But for me, Soul was really impactful. I really loved it. So, I think I'll end it on that note. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to continue to fill this out, so follow me on Letterboxd. I'm just @Zeleny. You can see there. And, yeah, I'm excited to keep going with this. I need it to track my things because I don't track my movies and I forget stuff. And it'll help me with this channel too. If I'm on top of tracking, I can, keep track of what I might want to cover, or upcoming releases too. This could be a good way for me to do that. So I'm excited. I wish it kind of included TV, but the app I did use for that before, it was overwhelming because TV is so much. And there's seasons you have to deal with, so it's like a whole other beast. Sophie says, Perks of Being a Wallflower had me in a chokehold, but it's okay, I can see it now. I just learned today that you can set your favorite movie, so I'll do that too. Nice. I don't get the favorite movie thing, like, where it lives, because I could only find it, like, deep within my profile, but that's cool. I showed y'all my top 4 right now, and I might make more lists. I'm excited to make lists. I love curation. Maybe I'll make movies I would force my friends to watch. I feel like it's the same as the other list, but no, I'm gonna make lists. I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna try 2024 New Year's resolution. Keep up with my Letterboxd and my Goodreads. I'm doing a good job on Goodreads, but that does move a lot slower than movies. But yeah, thanks so much for joining or watching in the future if you did that. Don't forget to like the Scream, like the Scream movies. No, they're canceled. Like the stream and subscribe to my channel. I'm streaming the month of December on Mondays and Fridays, except for maybe Christmas Day. And next Friday, or this Friday, I'm going to be hopefully finishing my Nancy Drew game. And then next Monday, I'm going to be reviewing the pop culture of 2023. If y'all have any favorite pop culture moments this year, please send them to me via Twitter, Instagram, or in the comments of any video. I'll see it probably at Miscellaneous. And yeah, I hope y'all have a good night and a good week, and I'll see you on Friday or catch you in the next one if not. Bye, good night.